Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Taom Shootout. We are now got the first one of our semi-finals. So without further ado, from Dublin, here comes the real number one. His name is Tierney. So, George, you've made it through the semi. You literally hardly missed a ball, hardly lost a frame. How have you done it?
I'm the real number one. I keep telling everybody, they don't believe me. I'm the real number one.
So, hold on. If you're the real number one of Ireland or the real number one of the world,
yeah.
Who in Ireland would be like, I don't know, the real number 2, 3, 4?
It's kind of tough. When you go down below me, there's a few kind of in around the same level. There'll be Ronan McCarthy, Carlo Donoghue, fellas like that. They'll be number 2 and 3. It's hard to say which one is 2, you know?
It must be tough, it must be tough.
Yeah.
And maybe Tiny Doherty will be at home now. How do you think he's feeling?
Oh, good. He's probably crying. He's sitting at home watching this while I'm here strutting his stuff, you know?
This is why you're paid the big money. Give me a big round of applause for Tierney. And out for the second one of the second finalists, semi-finalist. He's from Doncaster. His name is Jordan, the Wizard Shepherd. Look, he's still in the way of the camera. Look, he loves it. He just loves the camera, George does. What are you going to do in this match to George?
Probably destroy him, but we'll see.
Do you reckon he'll even get one frame?
Hopefully not.
And do you want to give a little shout out again to your boy?
Yeah, my little lad, I think he's still awake. Hopefully he's still awake.
How old is he?
5.
And his name?
David.
Let's give it up for David and to Jordan Shepherd. Good luck, boys.
So our first semi-final, and very confident words from both men. It's Ireland versus Wales. George Tierney, self-proclaimed real number one, versus Jordan Shepherd. And no disrespect meant to Chris Hampson or Steve Wall for George Tierney. This is a step up in class. Both Chris and Steve are fantastic players, but Jordan Shepherd, you have one of the very best players in the world. And George Tierney is going to have to really play his very best if he wants to compete in this match, because this is a format that is absolutely perfect for Jordan Shepherd. He excels when he's in this sort of environment. All his skills come out and he absolutely loves it. I think it's fair to say that Jordan Shepherd's had the tougher route so far, beating Chris Melling and Craig Marsh, 2 of the favourites for the tournament, 5-3 and 5-2, and George Tierney with 5-1 and 5-0 victories over Chris Hampson and Steve Wall. Now it is George Tierney to break, having won the lag, and just doesn't catch his break at all. And this is the last thing he's going to want. Wanted to start his first couple of matches with big breaks and was able to find finishes. This time, just not a good break at all, and neither player will want this. Well, this is a 30-minute match, 30 seconds on the shot clock, cutting down to 20 seconds after 15 minutes. This is the sort of break that can lead to 30-minute frames, let alone 30-minute matches. Well, Jordan Shepherd has an opportunity to open this bunch up. He's got a yellow. He can cut this yellow back to the bottom right, fly into the pack, and see what his split's like. Well, he's made the pot, got all the balls moving, but they've all come back together, and there is no finish on. The only yellow he can see is at the top end of the table. Not a lot he can do with it. I say not a lot he can do with it. He's made an unbelievable pot down the rail. But for the nudge on the middle pocket, he would have been going close to catching the pack as well. Great effort. How aggressive does George Tierney want to be? It's not too bad a split for him. He just has that one red on the left-hand side. It's in amongst those three yellows. It's only ball he has to work out. All the others do have a pocket. He's got an angle now. Take the red to the bottom right. He can then get into that cluster. He has managed to open it up, but he hasn't landed on his next ball. Under time pressure, ran out of ideas and ended up just potting the ball, but no positional play off that shot whatsoever. And not the best safety shot. Well, he wasn't trying a safety shot, he was trying to make that somehow, somewhere, and then he was going to be on the red as a double as his last ball. I think a safety option was probably a wiser choice, because these yellows from the top end of the table wouldn't have been any good for Jordan Shepherd, but leaving the white where he did makes it easy, well, not easy, but gave him an opportunity to go for a finish. And in the 8 ball goes. And Jordan Shepherd goes 1-0 in front, and perhaps gifted that one a little bit too easily by George Tierney. Once he didn't land on his ball, 3 balls out, he should have found a way of probably coming up with a safety shot of some sort. Just chose to chase a finish that wasn't there at all, and just gifted the opportunity to Jordan, and he said thank you very much. And he is up and running in this semi-final. a big break, but a dry break. George Tierney has immediately got an opportunity to respond to the mistake he made in the previous frame and get himself going. But immediately loses the white. Lucky not to go in off. I think he's still okay in terms of he's got a shot to the left centre. He can still snick that red in. Question is, does the red next to the black now go, or is the black being nudged to block it? I think the black is blocking the red, and that will cause George a headache. Well, that's not a good nudge. Needed a fuller contact on that yellow. Can't see enough of the red in the centre of the table to pot it. I think he can see the red nearest the black, but I'm not sure even if that pots anyway. So choosing just to pull back and block up the pocket, try and stop Jordan Shepherd from having a finish on. Jordan not worried about looking for a finish just yet, knows that there are no attacking options for, or very limited attacking options for George Tierney. To be honest, that was a pretty careless shot from Jordan Shepherd. I assumed because of the way he played his shot that red didn't go to the corner. But having left that red to the corner the way he did, he's very lucky that George Tierney's missed that pot, because that was a good opportunity to win the frame, because he had the perfect angle to cannon into the black. That's a decent shot from Jordan. Takes the pocket, blocks off a lot of options for George. A really good opener from Jordan Shepherd. The yellow on the right hand side nearest the centre pocket needs to work that ball out. Don't think it goes past the red to the bottom corner even once the yellow's out the way. Is he just nudging it open for a double? I think so. He stopped in his tracks a little bit. He was worried that the red he cannoned into was going to sit on the black and make that a problem, but I think there's just enough room, so no real issues. Well, Jordan Shepherd had majority of the table to land the white in to have a good chance to win the frame, and he's put it in a one place where there's nothing he can do. So for George Tierney, the red to the bottom nearest the black doesn't go past it. Can he play the other red off the black to open things up? No. That's what he attempted, though. Played for it for the middle pocket, but it's landed straight to the corner. No problems at all. Took a couple of bites at the cherry, but Jordan Shepherd gets there, wins the frame, moves 2-0 ahead in this Taom Shootout semi-final here in Wigan. George Tierney will be frustrated because he's had chances. Had a good couple of chances in that frame. Lost the white early, had first opportunity. And then when that bad error from Jordan Shepherd came along, he wasn't able to jump on it. Difficult shot, trying to play the red down the rail off the black to open things up. He'll be annoyed not to make it. Looks like he tried to get a bit of frustration out in that shot. Really crunching break, as big as he's hit the whole day. Makes a ball. It's a nice big split. Good chance. Nicely controlled shot. Lands on this red on the rail, which is his hardest ball. Drops that one in nicely. Just needs to be careful now. All the reds are in really nice positions. Just needs to make his mind up which ball he's going to leave for his ball onto the black, because the black doesn't go to the bottom right, only goes to the bottom left. Looks to have left a lovely angle just to use the side cushion, avoid the yellows. And in goes the 8 ball. And George Tierney is up and running in this match. Cuts his deficit to 2-1 with a break and dish. And to say, it was a very good break and dish. Big break, good pot down the rail, and then very good close control thereafter. Jordan Shepherd with a big break of his own. A decent split, but not great. Black's gone to a horrible position, and a big cluster of balls to the bottom left, which may be solvable. I think he could open it up with a plant on reds. It's a tricky plant on reds. Might be easier to just play in that area and try and open it up a bit more. Or more wisely, and you can play safety shots as good as that, it's the safety option. He has the total snooker. Made his reds in that bottom left-hand corner a lot better, regardless of what George does. George just trying to get that yellow away from that pocket and sort of say, over to you, Jordan, can you clear him up? Dangerous game to play. Jordan's hardest ball on the table is the black. I didn't expect him to miss that one though. Slightly more work for George Tierney then. The black's still a problem. 2 balls on rails to work out, but definitely a chance. Jordan Shepherd, who gets another opportunity in this frame, needs to make a decision. Which way does he play the black? Does he just play the black, float up and leave himself a double? It's in a really nice position for a double. Anywhere sort of level with it, just past it, just short of it. Got a decent margin of error to play on it. Or does he try and back himself to get on it down the rail? The reason I think the double's favourite is simply because of those 2 yellows on the right-hand side. They sort of block the path for the white and can make it awkward to be on it down the rail. And Jordan agrees, although he's come up a little bit short on this double. Would have loved the white to be almost level with the centre pocket, a little bit higher. But still makes no mistake. Really well controlled double. Would have loved to have been an extra few rolls up the table just to make it easier, but from where he was, made no mistake, moves himself 3-1 ahead, and it's another frame that George Tierney's had opportunities in and missed. In fact, both players missed bad balls in that frame. Another big break from George Tierney. Giving himself another opportunity for a break and dish. Oh, the misses are starting to creep in. We're into a 20-second shot clock. Final 10 minutes now. And the pressure out there being a semi-final, and I've seen a few misses from both players. Now, Jordan Shepherd, he needs to cannon into those 2 reds at the top of the table if he wants to go for a finish here, that neither of them go. Was attempting to there. Caught the yellow, not the reds. Wasn't a big target because of that yellow. May well look for a safety shot here. The reason I say that, he could keep things quite tight, just had to block the yellow to the bottom right, and knew he could develop his 2 worst balls in the process. decent shot, potting that from using the cushion first, but when you have to do that, it takes some of the control of the shot away. Oh, George was just trying to float that up, and yes, he was trying to pot it, but he would have been happy to take the pocket. Didn't manage to do so. The only thing he did do was he nudged the red towards the left-hand side rail, which means Jordan was trying to nudge it out on that previous shot. Didn't manage to do so. And now it looks like he's just backing himself to make a double. And in goes the 8-ball, and Jordan Shepherd moves 4-1 ahead and looks certain to have booked his place in the final of this Taom Shootout. 4-1 ahead, about 7 or 8 minutes left. So much work for George Tierney to do. Jordan Shepherd so relaxed, he's happy to sign some autographs and interact with the crowd. Dry break from Jordan Shepherd, but a poor split, and he won't be too disappointed with that, because it's very hard for George to find a finish here, although he comes up with a brilliant first shot to give himself half a chance. And when you're 4-1 down with just over 6 minutes on the clock, you don't have any choice but to try and come up with something quickly. Another good opportunity for George when you feel he has to take, with that match clock really running it away from him. Not ideal from George Tierney. Has to avoid some traffic in the middle of the table. Quite thin on this red to the top left. Wanted to be almost an extra foot down the table. Oh, he's controlled that really well. That's another well-controlled pot. So easy for that white to get away from you when you're that thin on it. And in goes the 8-ball with 3 minutes 50 left on the match clock. He manages to cut his deficit to 4-2, but he is still in a world of trouble. He is going to need something extraordinary if he is to get this match to a black ball shootout. Something like a 1 minute break in dish and a dry break from Jordan Shepherd and then another 1 minute clearance. It's very unlikely. Huge odds against. Well, giving himself the chance, makes a ball. Another good break. Really running out of time now. 2 minutes left in this match. It'll be almost impossible for George Tierney to find some magic to turn this one round. Yeah, once again, I just want to apologise if you can hear any swearing coming from the crowd. There's a lot of animated people out there trying to cheer on their favourites. And that should just about be that. 1 minute left on the shot clock. Jordan Shepherd trying to put on a show for the crowd, knows he's got this match won with 10 seconds left. It didn't matter whether that black went in or not. And that is the match. Jordan Shepherd wins the match by 4 frames to 2. Managed to get the job done when he moved 3-1 and then 4-1 ahead. Too much for George Tierney to come back into the match. And it is Jordan Shepherd that is our first semi-finalist. Of course, he did win the inaugural event in the back end of 2018, and he is back looking for more. And we shall find out how he felt about that match when we go down to Jade now.
Feels pretty good, to be honest. The real number one was probably like the real number 101 maybe, but he wasn't very good, to be honest. He didn't play very good.
Well, you got through to the final last time. Do you think you've got what it takes to go all the way?
Yeah, I hope so, like, but you never know what could happen.
What's your strategy going to be for this final?
Say again?
What's your strategy what type of gameplay are you going to go for?
Keep potting all the balls.
Outpot them fair and square.
That's it, yeah. Keep potting them.
That's what we like to hear. Massive well done, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in the final.
Thank you very much. Star Jade, thank you.
Well, Jordan Shepherd is our first finalist, and he is, as we mentioned, the man that won the first event at the back end of 2018. And next up for us, it is the second semi-final between Simon Fitzsimmons and Carl Boyes, and we will return after the break for that match.